video, like a week ago, that was
Yeah.
about cheating, and everyone was like, we want more topics that people don't discuss that much, so we're going to discuss this week university. A little bit late, Amelia. It's not actually that, tricky of a subject, but we're talking about why we didn't go to university.
Yeah, because we both didn't, and I don't know about Grace, but I felt like a failure for not going.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit out of the norm to not go. I think the majority of people do go to university these days.
Definitely.
I think back in the day it used to be like the majority of people wouldn't. Am I right?
So let's talk about why we didn't go to university.
The reason I didn't go to university was simply because I didn't finish college, so I had no A-levels. And I think you can go to university if you don't have A-levels, but it's a lot harder.
Can't you go to college and do a foundation course?
Yeah, there are ways to do it, because I know one of my friends done it, but I think it's a lot harder. And simply by that time, just didn't want to, because I just okay, this is my course of life now.
And then the reason I didn't go to university was because I didn't know what I wanted to study. I'd been acting since about 15, and I kind of wanted to continue acting. I looked around drama schools, but they told me that if I wanted to go to drama school, I couldn't actually do acting until after drama school, which seemed a bit silly to me because I'd already been acting. And then I actually got offered another series of the Spartacle Mystery, so I was like, I'm going to do that. It was a bit of a confusing time. What I will say is that I did look into universities, and if I was going to go to uni, I was going to study creative design or advertising, which is kind of funny because now we kind of work on the other side of that.
Yeah.
We work with advertisers and stuff. But it was awful telling my school that I was not going to go to uni.
Our school was a very academic school, so you kind of had little milestones. You go primary school, you go to secondary school, you do A-levels, you get A's. If you do, you're very well praised, and you try and go to the best university you can. If you do, especially Oxford or Cambridge, you're a successful student and you'll do well in life.
Yeah.
That's how our school was, I think. Well, that's the vibe I got from our school.
Yeah, they literally did not understand it. I had to tell them exactly what I was doing, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I feel like not many people do know what they're doing, and that's not a problem.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be something bad not to know what you want to do yet. Especially when you haven't tried it out. Why would I know that I wanted to go into advertising if I've never actually worked in advertising?
I know, that is definitely the thing. I think apprenticeships and work experience, paid work experience maybe, or more internship should be, just being paid should be much of a bigger option, because you don't know, someone could be studying a degree for 3 years or something that they actually realise they don't like doing.
And just because you don't want to go to university, or if you do want to go to university, by the way, that is completely fine. But if you don't want to, it's not a fail. It's not. You're not a failure if you don't want to go to study more.
I think this is where we start answering questions.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like a failure for not going to university?
I don't. No, not now.
I don't now. I did. So it was really weird. I kind of always set myself 21 to be successful, because
that's quite young.
Not to be successful, but to be actually making an income.
Because that's when you would have come out of uni.
That's when I would have come out of uni with a degree. However, I've realised that, some of my friends have experienced this. They've come out of uni with a degree, but they can't get the job they want because they need the experience. But where could they have got the experience from in the last 3 years because they were looking for a degree? No, because where would they have got the experience from in the last 3 years because they were studying for a degree, and then now they've come out and they really need money, but now they have to do experience that's not paid for, in the hope that they will get a job.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
So yeah, I always did feel like a failure, and I would always be like, okay, at 21 you kind of need to have an idea what you're doing, because you would have come out of uni, which is bad, really bad. Never ever set an age to success.
No.
Ever.
There's a quote in your book that says that.
There is. Have you got to that bit?
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah, I think I was always really worried that I was going to regret it, because I was the only one out of all of my friends, and practically the whole year, nearly the whole year, I think, that didn't go to university. And I was always worried that I would regret it in a few years' time and feel like a failure, basically.
Yeah.
But if anything, it made me way more determined.
Do you regret not going to uni?
No. However, the only thing I think I missed was doing all the parties and stuff. But luckily, I had a few friends that lived quite close. I had a friend in Brighton Uni, so I went there a lot. And so I kind of got the student binge drinking, English binge drinking experience and clubbing and stuff. That was it. But I don't think that is the right reason necessarily to go to university.
No.
So I think I did the right thing.
I do to some extent. purely kind of the same reasons as you. I kind of had quite, I wouldn't say sheltered teenage years, but I just didn't do a lot because I didn't have any friends. And I think if I went to uni, I probably could have met new friends. I probably would have lived that student life, which I would like, it feels like I'm almost doing now.
Yes.
Which I'm trying to catch up on missed time. And I don't know, I think also, like, you do get a lot of life experience, which you can do in different ways, but I think uni, you have to learn...
You can grow up a bit.
Yeah, you kind of, you know, if you can't cook, you have to learn to cook to some extent.
Who knows?
I don't know, I've never done it. But yeah, I do regret it, that sort of side, but then I know to get into, 30 grand of debt just to have some party life and life experience probably isn't
the right
reason, because I don't think I regret it career-wise.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, I want to be an author. And I've said this before, people are like, oh, what should I study? And I'm like, well, no one ever asked me what I got in my exams or what degree I've got. When I gave in my book, they just looked at my writing.
Or whenever we get a brand deal, a really cool company wants to sponsor us, then we're like, by the way, what A-levels did you get?
Yeah, but that doesn't work for everybody in every single career.
Absolutely
We're just
not.
very fortunate. But I think also we probably wouldn't have gone into this career if we did go to uni.
Any advice you'd give to people that don't want to go to university?
I would say don't feel pressure, because I think a lot of people look at university as a very, like, if you go to university you're going to do well in life, which, I mean, there's certain jobs you have to have a degree to go into, definitely, unfortunately that's just it, but some jobs not, and there's ways you can work your way up, you could do experience, there's loads of different ways, like me and Pete both didn't go to uni, and we're both doing okay, I guess, at our age. And also, what's nice, we don't have debt. Which I know student debts is a weird one because it's different. It's not like you actually have to pay this big chunk of 30 grand, but still, like, it does come out monthly if you're earning a certain amount.
I would say still have a plan. Let's say maybe make a plan and decide that in a year's time you want to be so far in deciding what you want to do, or in a year's time you want to go and study somewhere, or I don't know, you just need to, like, always think about it. Don't use that time just to, like, chill, because it can be very easy to waste time when you're just, like, in limbo.
Yeah, I think you should use that time like the people at uni are doing. They're trying to work out what they're doing and studying for something. Just try and work out what you want to do. Like, it doesn't mean you have to get straight into that career. Yeah, a lot of people go travelling, to be fair.
Or go travelling. I always thought that would be
think
cool.
That's the thing, though. I think there's this whole thing, like, some people... the system is a bit flawed. Like, it feels like you do have to hit every certain step. Like, you have to get good GCSEs, you have to get good A-levels, you have to get a good degree, you have to get a good job. But that's not for everybody.
No.
Some people don't want a good job. Some people just want to work till they've got enough to go travel, come back, work till they've got enough travelling, and that's for them.
Or some people don't want to work for someone and they want to create their own company or business or idea.
Yeah, some people... They want a career, but their main focus is, you know, they want to have a family and provide, like, look after their family, spend time with their kids or stuff. It literally depends on who you are.
Yeah, and it's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely okay.
Just don't compare yourself to anyone else, and always listen to people, because lots of people have loads of ideas, but also listen to what you want to do. And I just want to finish this video by making one point, that if you're going to university or you're at university and now you're feeling lost, that's okay too. A lot of people do. I've spoken to so many of my friends and they're at university and then they don't know what to do. They don't know if they're enjoying their course. They feel like they've wasted a year and stuff. A lot of people go through this. They just don't admit it because they feel like they've chosen a path too early in their lives and they don't know what to do. So that's okay too.
This is our discussion on uni. Keep the discussion going downstairs like you guys did last week. Downstairs. And
we'll see you on Monday.